ready?
Yeah, man, let's get it.
Let's do this. Three, two, one.
Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of DTF with Frankie and Herb. My name is Frankie.
And my name is Herb. Frankie and I, we got an amazing actress profile for you, ladies and gentlemen, today.
Yeah, I like this one also, right? Another one who's becoming more seen in Hollywood right now, right?
Absolutely.
You know, she's got some bangers of performances, but she's getting
Yes.
some shine this time. She's getting some shine.
Yes, another up and coming actress, another rising, literally very fast, very fast. Another, may we say, another Timothy Chalamet, but in the female world. What do you say?
No,
You know what the thing is. No, you know what? Let's not put it that way. Definitely not another Timothy Chalamet, but she's in that category with Timothy Chalamet because there's a lot of others out there that's currently up and rising. You know, we have Timothy, we have Anya Taylor-Joy. What's this girl's name? Wednesday, Jenna Ortega, and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
However, today's episode is going to an amazing actress that you may love or may hate, but either way, you've seen her face and you know her name. Ladies and gentlemen, Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh.
Frankie, I have to confess something.
Go ahead, brother. It's safe in here.
Okay, thank you. I, for a very long time, had a very huge crush on Florence Pugh. And I've had a very long crush for certain celebrities such as Selena Gomez, Anne Hathaway, a lot of beautiful women out there. Natalie Portman, they're just like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't even consider them sexy. I wouldn't even consider them bad or anything. They're just so beautiful that they're just mesmerizing. And Florence Pugh was that actress that made my jaw drop and just made me feel like, you need a boyfriend? And to answer your question, I'm pretty sure you're thinking, yes, I am married. And yes, she is aware of this, but she also knows the chances will never be there for me. But yes, dude, Florence Pugh is very beautiful to me. She is an amazing, she has that look, man. She has that film look, that person, that the same thing that Scarlett Johansson gave when she came out as Black Widow. Like, she just stole the screen when the camera was on her.
I think Florence Pugh does have a very unique look.
Yeah.
Right? Something about her just makes it so you want to keep looking at her. Right? Hard to look away. I think she got a very unique look. Yes.
She has a strong presence as well, dude. And you know, that's really amazing. She's had quite an amazing 10 years. Quite an amazing 10 years, which we will get into. But of course, we have our question of the day. Frankie, what is your favorite Florence Pugh performance?
I'm gonna go with now. This is technically it's not a movie, right? But you know, it had a movie budget, right? But it was a limited series. Florence Pugh, when she plays Yelena Bulva, I think her character's name is Yelena Bulva.
Correct.
She plays the sister of Black Widow in the MCU.
Correct.
Right? And I want to specifically talk about her performance in the Hawkeye series, because if you want to talk about character arc, you know, that's where hers happens. Right? You meet her, you meet this character in the Black Widow film. You meet her in the Black Widow film, and we don't see her again until the Hawkeye series. And it's like a complete 180 of character. And her character in the Hawkeye series was far better, right? Her character in the Hawkeye series was attached to people, you know, displaying emotion, versus, you know, this absolutely trained killer she was in the Black Widow movie.
Correct. Right. Okay.
So if you're talking about, so I like her in Hawkeye specifically because of the character arc, you know, just digging deeper into the acting tank versus, you know, being angry and killing.
I hear that. I understand that. I'm gonna stick with you when we're going with the character that she plays as Black Widow's sister. What was it again? Yelena
Yelena Bulva.
Right. I'm gonna stick with that. However, I'm gonna go with the Black Widow film, which surprisingly, a lot of people did not like. I remember when this came out, what, 2020 during the pandemic? Yes, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I remember you asked me, you said, bro, have you seen the new Black Widow film? I was like, oh, yeah, man, I loved it. And I just went on for like maybe 2 minutes of why I liked it. And you're like, I hated it. And then that's when I started finding out a lot of people did not like it. And it was I don't even want to say it was a flop because yes, they did lose a lot of money. However, a lot of companies that did release movies in during pandemic lost a lot of money. So I wouldn't even consider it a flop. It just flopped because of what the current world stance was at the time, you know? So I thought it was a great film. I thought, yeah.
I'm sorry, real quick. There are a couple of reasons why it went bad. Besides being released during COVID, right? It was also released after Endgame.
Right.
You know, and Endgame was, if you haven't seen Endgame by now, shame on you. But in Endgame, we learned that Black Widow dies. So why does she have a movie released after her character died? Right. So a lot of things went bad with that movie. Right. You know, in Endgame, we meet her with blonde hair, and we don't know why until you watch the Black Widow movie. Not even Endgame. In Infinity War, she has blonde hair, and you don't know why until you watch the Black Widow movie, which means that Black Widow was supposed to come before Infinity War and Endgame.
Which is very true, yes, because the setting is based after Civil War.
Yeah.
But
so there are
yeah,
a couple of reasons why that movie didn't do well. Not
right,
just
of course. There's certain reasons. However, I just think like it was just a great action film for a Marvel film, in my personal opinion. I think it was great. Was it one of the greatest? No, but I enjoyed it. But her character, Florence Pugh's character, I thought it was a great introduction for her as well. I really loved the badass character that she had in it. Her accent as well was very, if I may say, um, attracting. You know, it was you know, I wasn't expecting that, but then it just everything reminded me that's right. Black Widow was raised by the Russians and yada 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 and everything else like that. So it definitely gave a lot of explanation, but that's my pick for Florence Pugh's performance.
All right. Well, anybody out there, if you're familiar with Florence Pugh and her performances, let us know. Scroll down to the bottom of this episode on Spotify and respond to our question. Let us know, what was your favorite Florence Pugh performance? All right.
All right. Now let's get into our actress profile. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Florence Pugh.
Thanks for being here, Florence. So Florence Pugh was born January 3rd, 1996, right? And man, she's quite young.
Yeah.
Born out in Oxfordshire, England.
Yeah, that's right. She is British. She's British.
You know what they like to do? You know, they say, "Would you like a water?" Water.
Yeah. You know, I feel like the most disrespectful thing I heard somebody say, because we talk about exactly what we're saying, bottle water and all that. I feel like the most disrespectful comeback that I've heard is, at least our shooting range isn't in classrooms. Dude, I'm like, oh my God.
Bro.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Insane.
Yeah, dude. The British people really found a response for us making fun of their accent. But yes, she is British, and she made her acting debut in the television drama The Falling in 2014. So currently it's the year 2024. In just a span of 10 years, she had her debut 10 years ago, and here we are making an episode about her and how she starred alongside Scarlett Johansson, and she's an up-and-coming star. So, man, she had a very, very productive 10 years so far.
Absolutely, right? To already be in a Marvel film, and we're talking when she filmed this, not when it was released, but
correct.
She's had very good trajectory.
Yeah, and she had her breakthrough role came in the film Lady Macbeth in the 2016, and her first lead role was in the horror film Midsommar in 2019. Have you seen the movie?
I did not see the movie. I was interested in it, but I was interested when I saw the trailer because it looked like I think that's A24, right?
It is an A24, yes, sir.
Exactly. So they have a phenomenal marketing crew. Their
Hmm.
marketing team is amazing. Once I learned it was a horror film, I backed out.
Yeah, Frankie's scared.
And I'm not ashamed.
You're scared for real?
I don't like to be scared. No. I do not like I don't enjoy it,
Are
you
you
know.
you telling me I decided to make a podcast with a bitch? Yeah, I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding. It took me a while as well to. It took me a while to also, enjoy scary movies. As a matter of fact, I was terrified. To this day, I still remember the first thing that scared me as a kid, and it was specifically Chucky. Um, Chucky, Freddy Krueger, and all that stuff. However,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I guess my actual love for movies as opposed to yours. I just kind of sucked it up. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch, scary movies too or whatnot. And of course, but then there's a whole different genre of horror. What's it called? Not blood and guts. What is it? What would you call
Gore?
it? Gore. Yeah, sure. Yeah, like Saw and stuff like that. I think
Yeah, gore is easy to watch. Actual horror films, no, but gore is easy.
okay, right. So yeah. So I guess that's where I kind of started with gore and whatnot. But then in the early 2010s, when uh, paranormal activity stuff was coming about and whatnot, that was taking over. The horror genre really found a formula, and it's ghosts and stuff like that. So they really milked the hell out of that. Paranormal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have The Conjuring. Then we have Annabelle, and then we have La Llorona. They just
The
milked it.
Nun.
And then eventually, it just really struck to me. We're like, I think I figured out your own formula. Like I see where the jump scares are supposed to be. The ominous music. Oh, it started. Something's gonna happen. Yeah, and the pitchier it gets, the more high pitched it gets. Okay, something's coming. Nope.
Yeah.
And I just kind of figured out. So I'm not really too scared of a. I don't want to say scared. It just it's whatever to me
You
now.
know the
Oh,
formula now, yeah.
I know the formula. Yeah. So Midsummer, however, I did watch it when it came out. It was one of those films I had to watch maybe 2 or 3 times to really understand it. And when I do that, that is because I believe it is great writing, and I believe it is also a great portrayal of what these actors and actresses are doing. Let alone Florence Pugh's main character, who she just had a death in the family and she's going on this trip to kind of forget about all that, or trying to move on, and it doesn't go her way. And it's psychological as well, if I may say.
I love psychological thrillers.
Exactly.
There's a psychological element to it. And A24 is good for that also. So
Yeah.
I might give it a shot.
And I tell you this, now that we're talking about formulas and stuff like that, that's definitely A24's thing. If you notice, they've actually been coming out with a lot more psychological stuff. So it's like, yes, finally we're moving on from the whole spiritual shit, and we're now going to an actual like mental freaking thing.
Entertaining movie that'll make you
There
think.
you go. Exactly. Yeah. So after Midsummer, I'm not entirely sure exactly what she's done. She's done little projects here and there, but the next big thing that I can recall was the whole MCU Black Widow alongside Scarlett Johansson. And I did read as well that her character, she basically did all of her own stunts in Black Widow.
Very impressive. But I think that's something for young Hollywood. They want to, sometimes they want to do the work. But or I'll say this. She is she seems to be someone who is acting for the love of acting and not acting to be famous.
Correct.
Imagine only having 2 lead roles and then think you're too good to, oh, please add somebody in the budget to do that for me. What?
Right. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I think she's acting for the love of acting. Yeah.
Of course. It's definitely safe to say that Florence had an amazing career in the last 10 years. Says a lot of who we're seeing rise in Hollywood today. It's nice. It's such a nice transition too. I don't know if you've seen it yourself, but here we are going from Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, who else? Mark Ruffalo. I mean, these are all great actors who has been nominated, almost every year, every other year, or almost in every film they have been in. regardless of the time gap that's between each film. It's nice to see a transition of these young actors coming about, and it's just a new era.
Oh yeah, transition is right, man. We're seeing the people we've known all of our lives and who we call legendary,
Right.
kind of phased out. You know, Denzel Washington is taking a step in directing now.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Pitt, hasn't been the star of something since I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
He was alongside Leo DiCaprio in that Quentin Tarantino film. And then before that, I think he was in this horrible movie directed by Angelina Jolie called By the Sea.
By the Sea. That was
It flopped
actually.
horribly. It
Oh
was
yeah.
him and his wife
Yeah.
at the time. It flopped horribly. Anyways, we're seeing that transition you were talking about.
Correct. Yes. Yes. I know we kind of stray away sometimes when we talk about certain things, but just a little fun fact that I want to throw in about By the Sea. I
Go ahead.
think I read something that basically solidified their divorce. Their reason not to be with each other anymore when they worked with each other, because the first time they worked with each other, obviously we all know Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and they fell
Mhm.
in love. I don't think that they've ever led a movie together since then. And when they do, they broke up afterwards. Can you believe that? The first movie they did, they fell in love. Second time they did it, they divorced after, adopting half of Africa and other kids and whatnot.
Insane. Talk about full circle.
Yeah. So yeah, let's go back to Florence Pugh. She is fluent in accents and can effortlessly switch between various dialects. Isn't that interesting? As a matter of fact, I didn't even know that she was British because I've seen a lot of her American work, and when I did hear her speaking British, and I forgot what movie. Again, it was another small project that she did with Timothy Chalamet. I thought, oh wow, she sounds really good. And little did I know, no, she just sounds really good speaking American.
It's a
So
skill, dog. It's a
it's
skill.
it's very much a skill. And I did see that this skill allows her to fully immerse herself in the characters and bring authenticity to her performances. So, man, that is definitely something to put on your acting resume.
1000%. She also likes to stay connected with her fans, right? She's very active on social media. It seems like she controls her own because there's a lot of replies, and
Hmm.
it's mostly showing appreciation for her fans' love and support.
Right.
It is rare to see that somebody controls their own social media page in Hollywood, and hopefully it lasts for a while. But that's the thing about Hollywood today. Like I recall Don Cheadle sitting in an interview saying that your social media is now a part of casting, getting
Yeah,
cast,
dude. Yeah.
and so maybe she'll stay active. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, dude. We'll see how long it goes while her career grows. I did see as well that she is multilingual and she can speak Spanish fluently. So in the one in a million chance that I am able to bring her home to introduce her to my family, she can speak to them in Spanish. So that'd be great.
Big dreams, man.
But yes, absolutely. I did see as well that this language skill enables her to explore international film opportunities as well and connect with
That is
a
true.
broader audience.
That is
So
true. Once you go international, that's not even fame. That's stardom. That's super stardom.
dude, what?
Going international. I've only heard two people ever discuss it in their plan for Hollywood. The first person was pre-slap Will Smith, and the second person was Kevin Hart. Right? Those two people are the only ones I've ever heard say, "I need to do an international film."
Hmm. Did Kevin Hart do an international film?
I don't know if he did an international film, but movies are translated these days, and then when he tours everywhere.
Yeah. What else you got on your end, by the way?
Um, um, here's not exactly Florence Pugh, but I guess a fun fact: actor Zachary Levi, star of Shazam, right?
Okay.
Star of Shazam, and he was also in the Spy Kids reboot that just came out earlier or last year. But Zachary Levi.
I think it's Levy, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Zachary Levy. We'll go with that. Actually born Zachary Levy Pugh and dropped his original last name for his stage name and using his middle name instead. Right? He thought Pugh was unusual sounding, and Florence, not related to Zachary, by the way, came to fame about a decade after a well-known man. Hold on. Well, I'm having so trouble reading these notes. Florence, who is not related to Zachary, came to fame about a decade after he became a well-known actor and retained her birth name.
That's amazing to hear, dude. That
was that amazing or was it embarrassing for me?
Yeah, both. But it's amazing for me to hear because honestly, my last name is Betancourt. It's not a usual name. It is unusual, as a matter of fact. And this is just one of those moments where it's like, I'm keeping my shit the same way Florence Pugh kept hers, and here it is. I wouldn't say a household name yet. However, it's definitely a name we're tossing around out there, and yeah, bro. I'm glad that it stands out.
Let me tell you something. And when I first saw her last name, I thought it was Puh. I'm like, Puh. Yeah, I'm like, I guess that's a good stage name. Everybody's gonna be asking, hey, who's Puh? Who's Puh?
Who's Puh?
the more unusual it sounds,
the better.
That's why some celebrities can go by one name, even Madonna, Cher, Prince,
Zendaya.
Fabulous, Zendaya, exactly.
Do you know Zendaya's real name, by the way?
Oh, is it not Zendaya?
It's Matthew.
Okay.
I'm just messing with you. I don't know, but
you are.
The fact that she doesn't have a last name is very suspicious to me. I just mess with you, bro. But another thing that I kind of want to piggyback onto what you said about the whole social media presence. Even though she does, stay active and she still, responds to her fans and whatnot, she is still another celebrity that likes to remain private and to herself. Hopefully it remains that way. And, I'm not saying that for my own benefit, but it's just this long-term career thing where you stay mysterious and you get people questioning, who are you in real life? And then you're just dropping banger after banger in films. Dude, that is a celebrity that we love to talk about.
Oh yeah, I know you loved her for her to have a private life, because that 1 in a million shot you get a chance to be at her.
Bro, I'll be her mistress.
She's not gonna tell anybody.
I'll be her mistress. She also does have a few upcoming films as well, including the Marvel's Thunderbolts. Are you familiar with this project by any chance?
Absolutely. The Marvel's Thunderbolts is like a renegade squad like the Avengers, right? Thunderbolts is a team of people that are supposed to oppose the Avengers. Much like in the DC universe, you have the Justice League and the Suicide Squad.
Got it. Okay. Thunderbolts, man. But, Suicide Squad sounds so much cooler.
Thunderbolts are named after their leader, General Ross. His name is Thunderbolt Ross. That's what they call him.
Okay.
General Thunderbolt Ross. So that's why the group is named the Thunderbolts, because it's his squad, right? And but yeah, it's gonna have a good team of people. I understand Florence Pugh's character, Yelena Bulva, is gonna be in it. Mm-hmm. It's gonna have the Winter Soldier. It's going to have Ghost. I don't know if you remember the young lady from the second Ant-Man film who could phase through walls.
Yes, correct. Right. That was a very yes, I remember. Yeah. Yeah.
She's going to be on the Thunderbolts team. Abomination, right? The Hulk's opponent is supposed to be on the Thunderbolts team.
No way. Are you for real?
Yeah.
The same dude?
I why not? They brought him back for the She-Hulk series,
Oh, that would be fantastic. Very, very exciting to hear about
so
that.
Thunderbolts, there's a lot of things happening. A lot of people are excited about it.
Yeah, we have
because
David Harbour as well from Stranger Things.
that's right. Who is he? The red. What was his Captain American Russian version? What was the
Oh
name of him?
man, I don't know. Captain Soviet?
I don't remember, man. I think the
I
word
don't know.
red was in it. I'm not sure, but yes, David Arbor, his character from the Black Widow film, is going to be in that also.
Okay.
But the Thunderbolts, there's a lot of excitement behind it, and with things in Marvel picking up, right? They're starting to film things because, well, this year the only Marvel film being released is Deadpool and Wolverine, so they're starting to film, getting ready to have a giant rollout for the next 2 years.
Okay.
I'm so glad Marvel backed out of releasing everything this
Oh
year.
my god, I was that they are the reason why we started loving these superhero films, but at the same time, they are also the reason why we had a superhero fatigue.
Yeah, just Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, retired, and the guy who replaced him said, "Crank out more." And quality was going down, storyline had went down, and then
Yeah,
excitement went down because
he basically
instead of
came out.
waiting,
Yeah, he basically came out that new CEO and said, "Yo, where's that cow that we're milking for all these Marvel shit? Let's give it a double handy. Let's just milk the shit out of it. More hands on deck." And,
yeah, man.
yeah,
Instead of waiting 6 to 8 months for a movie or a project, especially with all the Disney Plus series that came out,
yeah.
there was something to watch and catch up on every 30 or 90 days.
It was very tiring. It was very
Jeez.
tiring. Yeah.
So glad that's over with for now.
Same as well. I'm, to wrap it up with this Marvel conversation, I'm glad that they started it with the whole WandaVision and Loki, because those were the two best shows. And I'm not saying that only because they were the first two that were released, but it was just such great writing, such great characters that we've learned and grown to love, that it would have sucked if they dropped them in the middle of this fatigue.
Exactly. Two of the first Marvel series, and you could tell that the most effort was put into them, especially when you talk about Loki, right? Season 2, that
Oh my
character arc,
gosh.
man. Think about Loki the first time you see him in Thor, and the last time you see him in Loki season 2.
The first, and when
Best character arc in the MCU.
Dude, best. When I see him in Thor, I want to backslap him. When I see him in season 2 of Loki, I want to give him a hug. Bro, great. Anyways, back to Florence Pugh. Do you have anything else for our lovely actress of the day?
Nothing else for her, right?
Nothing else, right? As we said, she's an up and rising newcomer, as someone that we're going to be seeing a lot in Hollywood. So we don't have a lot to say. We'll probably drop another episode in the next 5 years, maybe with even her on with us here.
Absolutely. So, I wish her all the success.
Absolutely. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Florence Pugh. Thank you, Florence. We'll see you soon.
All right, we're going to move on to our next part of this show, and you know what it is? It is time for Herb's Movie of the Week. And if you don't know by now, he never misses.
I appreciate you, Frankie. Thank you, man. So our actress profile of the day is the one and only Florence Pugh, and we're going to stick with a Florence Pugh performance and movie. I'm going to.
You don't normally do that, though.
I don't normally
like
do
that.
that.
You did it this time.
Now, the film that I would like to put for our movie of the week is the 2019 A24 hit Midsummer. Midsummer is a psychological horror film directed by Ari Aster. It follows a young woman named Danny who, after experiencing a family tragedy, joins her boyfriend and his friends on a trip to a remote Swedish village to attend a midsummer festival. As the festivities unfold, they become increasingly disturbing and surreal, revealing the dark secrets of the village and testing the group's sanity. Frankie, I know you say you have not seen this movie, and I just highly recommend it. It's a psychological film for sure, and it's really good. And man, I don't even have anything else to say. This is one of those movies that's just like, I need to just stop talking and just let you experience it for yourself. So please, everyone, go out there and watch it.
Yeah, Herb, I'm definitely going to take a look at this one because one, it is A24. I'm a fan of A24 more than I'm not a fan of scary movies. So I'm going to give A24 the respect it's earned over the last few years, and I'm going to give
Hmm.
it a watch.
All right, absolutely. What else you got for us today, Frankie?
Herb, I got nothing else. I just want to continue to thank of all of our listeners, everybody who's reached this point. Just go ahead and follow us on all of our social media at Discuss the Film, wherever social media is. If you go to our Instagram, there's a link in there. It's not an OnlyFans, but if you click it, you'll see all the places that we could be listened to, which is everywhere podcasts are streamed.
That is right. I hope people don't go to that link expecting OnlyFans. Like, like no OnlyFans? Damn.
Oh man.
Yeah. But I mean, I got nothing else to say. You want to wrap this up?
Let's wrap it up. My name is Frankie.
My name is Herb. We'll talk to you again soon.